Yesterday, we were doing the chanting of name of Ganesha. We will continue with the names of Ganesha even today. But before we start with the names of Ganesha, we will do one name of Shiva, that is Mrutyunjayaya Namaha, the Lord who has won over death. The Lord who has won over death, Shiva. Because if you see the case of Ganesha himself, Ganesha has experienced death because he was beheaded. And once that happened, Lord Shiva established the mukha, the face, the head of the elephant on the head of Ganesha, and that of a baby elephant on the head of Ganesha, and renewed his life. Now he brought him back to life, and he is a devata. He lives forever. So we start with Mrutyunjayaya Namaha. Om 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 Mrutyunjayaya Namaha. We'll start with you, Floyd. Alex.
Hi, David. It's Om Mrityunjaya, that little bit after the end, Mrityunjayaya.
No. What we'll do is we'll request somebody else, and you do the next one, Alex.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you. Uma, you're just below Alex.
Yeah. Can I do it?
Om Mrutyunjayaya Namaha. Yeah, for 2 minutes.
Yeah. Om Mrutyunjayaya Namaha. 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 Om Namo Narayan, David.
Thank you, Uma. Now we'll start from where we left yesterday. Om Sada Balarupaya. Now, what does this Sada Balarupaya mean? Lord Shiva has the name Sada Yavanaya. He is not affected by the vikaras. His hair doesn't turn white. His teeth doesn't fall out. Now the hair is jet black and it keeps growing. He's young. He has that youth, the reflection of youth. He is the absolute personification of youth. Sada Yavana. He doesn't go through old age. The body doesn't diminish in strength. He doesn't lose memory. or he is never absent-minded. He is always meditating upon himself. It is called Swayam Samadhi. His Samadhi is not in somebody else. We all go to our Ishta and eventually we end up in Shiva. But Shiva is always in blissful focusing within himself, upon himself, within himself. He is in a state of complete bliss. So you would have seen a good description of this state of Shiva in many of the old photographs, old paintings, artworks, where Shiva is, his eyes are almost 3/4 closed or 2/3 closed. He is in a state of bliss within himself. That is Sada Yavana. In the same way, Ganesh is called Sada Bala Rupa. He has that innocence, he has that attraction, he has that playfulness of a child. Now you just imagine if the head of the elephant had to grow with time, no, along with the body, how big would the head be? Now, how big would the head be? How long would the tusks be? So the day the head was placed on him, on Ganesha, and he was blessed with all the boons from all the gods, he grew as a person, but his face always remained as a child. So that is the reason it's called Sada Bala Rupaya. Now we'll chant the name Sada Bala Rupaya. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. 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 Alex, I think this one will be easy for you.
Sure.
Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha.
Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha. Om Sada Bala Rupaya Namaha.
Thank you, Alex. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Now, Lord Ganapati, as he grew, and there was a competition that was held between him and his brother as to who should be the Nayaka of the Ganas. Shiva has his own followers. There is a term in English for it, I can't recall now. They are the Shiva Ganas. So who would guide them? Who would lead them in any and all activities? So Ganapati won that competition with understanding, wisdom, and also chaturai, smartness, cleverness, rather than making an effort of circumambulating the whole earth, doing the pradakshina of the whole Prithvi Lokam for 3 times. So now we will call upon him as Maha Chatura. Maha Chaturaya Namaha. Om Maha Chaturaya Namaha. Om Mahachaturaaya Namaha. Om Mahachaturaaya Namaha. Om Mahachaturaaya Namaha. Hanuman. ओम महाचतुराय नमः 2 मिनट के लिए for 2 minutes.
Which mantra, sir?
ओम महाचतुराय नमः.
Om Mahachaturaye Namaha. 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 Om Mahachaturaye Namaha.
Thank you, Hanuman. Now, the next name we are going to chant is one of his attributes. That is, he is. If you see the face of Ganesha, it emotes, it reflects the childish naughtiness. Okay, he is also considered to be the Lord who blesses those who are witty. So we will chant the name Om Hasya Priyane Namaha. Hasya Priyane means laughter, who likes to giggle, who likes to laugh. Om Hasya Priyane Namaha. 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 Now, Hanuman Samhita. Samhita, Om Hasya Priyane Namaha for up to 2 minutes.
Yes. Om Hasya Priyane Namaha. 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 ॐ हास्यप्रियने नमः। 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 ॐ नमो
Thank you,
नारायण।
Samina. Om Namo Narayana. Now, not only is Ganapati the Lord of wit, now he is a very wise one, of course. He is also, you would have seen in in some temples, in many temples, where Ganapati is having a posture, having a pose as if he's dancing. That form of Ganapati, Nrutya Ganapati, but sometimes people also call him as Natya Ganapati. Natya means acting or emoting, and Nrutya means dance. So now we will chant Om Nrutya Ganapatiye Namaha. All of us who love music, who love dance, just imagine, no matter who the dancer is, whether it's classical, whether it's Western, whether it's some other form of dance, it is he who has blessed these dancers. So it could be Michael Jackson, it could be whoever it is now that you'd like, now that you have, that they have entertained you, whoever you have seen feeling that joy, you should thank Lord Ganesha for blessing them with those skills, now with that grace, and has blessed them to be great dancers. Om Nrutya Ganapatiye Namaha. 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 Shiva is known as the king of dance, the king of dancers, not the king of dance itself, not Nataraja. No. So, and this is our Lord, the beloved one is the God who loves dance, who also dances himself. So Nrutya Ganapati. Now, Gagan. Gagan, comfortable with doing Nrutya Ganapati?
Pranam, sir. We'll try.
Namo Narayan. Please do. Om Nrutya Ganapatiye Namaha.
Okay, sir.
Sukhi.
Om Nrutya Ganapatiye Namaha. 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 ॐ नृत्य गणपतिये नमः। 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 ॐ नमो नारायण सर।
Namo Narayan. Thank you, Gagan. Now, as people dance, they dance to music. They dance to some rhythm. So I hope you have thanked Ganesha for all the dancers who have entertained you. And a good music, a good song, a good poetry, and even dance brings smile, laughter to yourself. So he's a lot of wit, he's a lot of humor. Now he's a lot of happiness. Now we will chant his name. Om Gana Ganapatiye Namaha. Gana means singing. Ganapati Namaha. That is, we call upon him in that form. The Lord who loves to sing, the Lord who blesses us when we sing, and the Lord who has blessed all our favorite singers, lyricists to have, for all the songs that we have enjoyed all our life till now. Om Gana Ganapataye Namaha. So when you listen to Balasubramaniam, when you listen to any singer, whether it's Asha Bhosle, Kishore Kumar, Rafi, and these days there are a lot of new people. All these people who are entertaining us, we have to thank Ganesha for them. Om Gana Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gana Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gana Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gana Ganapataye Namaha. Rajshri?
Yes, sir.
Do it for 1 minute. No,
yeah.
We are extending our time every day, so we'll keep it to 1.
Okay, sir. Om Gana Ganapate Namaha. 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 Om Namo Narayana.
Om Namo Narayan. Rajshri, thank you. Now, the next one is, how good will a song be or a valid dance will be without the music that it is accompanied by. So Lord Ganesha is also known as Vadya Ganapati, the one who plays the veena. And that is a classic description, because Veena was supposed to be a very, very versatile instrument. But come to think of it, whatever instruments in any part of the world, I believe that it is Ganesha who has been instrumental in bringing them into existence. The innovation of these instruments, of all these new gadgets that help us relish the dance, the music, the songs, no? Everything is Lord Ganesha's Krupa Kataksham. So we chant his name, Om Vadya Ganapataye Namaha. Okay. Om Vadya Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vadya Ganapataye Namaha. Om Vadya Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vadya Ganapataye Namaha. Om Vadya Ganapataye Namaha. Om Vadya Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vadya Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Vadya Ganapataye Namaha. So whether it is any of the people who create this music, whether it is Ilayaraja or his Shishya A.R. Rahman, just imagine the way we have Elvis Presley, all his action, that all his entertaining moments, his singing strengths, what it would be without the music to accompany it. So it is Lord Ganesha who has blessed us to relish this life, to enjoy this life with music, songs, dance, be it of any sort. So one of you, please, whoever is Ratnam, you'll be comfortable. Om Vadya Ganapatiye Namaha, Ganapataye Namaha, or Vadya Ganeshaya, whichever one you're comfortable with.
Okay. Om Vadya Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Om Vadya Ganapataye Namaha.
Thank you, Ratnam. Now, we have seen Ganesha in his various forms. One of the most prominent form when you look at Ganapati is Sumukha, Gajamukha. And another thing that you see is one of his hands carries a plate full of good, delicious food. Now, and Ganapati has a huge belly. That belly, because of that belly, is called Lambodara. The one with a huge stomach, protruding stomach. Lambodara. And why is it Lambodara? Because he loves food. Now, I'll give you a small narration, which shouldn't take long. Kubera had invited Shiva and Parvati to his residence so that for a meal, let's say for a meal, in today's language, for a treat, for a meal. And he wanted to show his abundance to please Shiva. What happened is Shiva understood what is in Kubera's mind, and he sent Ganesha on his behalf to represent the Shiva Parivara for that meal. So when Ganesha came, he wasn't so happy about it, but he was the Ganapati, he is the Adhyaksha of the all the Shiva Ganas. So he welcomed him and he started speaking of all the food that they had prepared for the meal, but only one person had come in substituting the whole family, representing the whole family. The others had not come, but he should relish all the food that has been prepared. So Ganesha saw the ahankaram, what you call ahankaram, the pride in Kubera, in his voice, in his expression, in his talk. And Ganesha decided to teach Kubera a lesson that day. And Ganesha sat down to eat. It was too much because it was made for the Shivas, his Ganas, and only one person came representing all the Shiva Parivaram and the Shiva Ganas. Ganesha completed having all the food that was kept in front of him. So further food was bought from the kitchen, and Ganesha started having and finishing off the food that was placed in front of him. So the kitchen started producing more food so that they wouldn't fall short of it. And it so happened that Ganesha had consumed, he had eaten all the food that was prepared. Kubera understood what is it that Ganesha wanted to convey, and he sought forgiveness for his arrogance and pride from Ganesha. Ganesha is called Bhojana Priyaya. So first we'll chant Bhojana Priyaya and then we'll chant Lambodharaya. Om Bhojana Priyaya Namaha. 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 Hitendra,
महाराज।
ओम नमो नारायण। भोजन प्रियाय नमः। 1 मिनट के लिए करना
ओके।
प्लीज।
ओम भोजन प्रियाय नमः। 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 ओम भोजन प्रियाय नमः।
ओम ओम भोजन प्रियाय नमः। Thank you, Hitendra. The next chant is Om Lambodharaya Namaha. The one with a protruding belly, with a huge belly. And if you eat, you're bound to have it. And heartily you eat, the more prominent it becomes. So call upon the name Om Bhojana Priyaya Namaha. Now we'll follow it with Om Lambodharaya Namaha. 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 Shinjini, Om Lambodharaya Namaha.
Yes, sure.
Please go ahead.
Om Lambodharaya Namaha. Om Lambodharaya Namaha. Om Lambodharaya Namaha. ॐ लम्बोदराय नमः। 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 ॐ लम्बोदराय नमः. Om Namo Narayana. Sorry,
Om
I
Namo.
wanted to ask you that you said that music and dance and Gana is, blessings of Ganpati ji. What we hear in the north is that these are blessings of Ma Saraswati.
Okay. Now, there is something called as Kavitvam. Acha, well, let's do one thing, Shanjini. I'll finish the last chant of Arunachala Shiva.
Yes.
And then we will, I'll just tell you what I know about
Sure.
this. Yeah.
Sure.
Sonai?
Guruji, yes, Om Namo Narayan, Guruji.
Om Namo Narayan. Sonai, 1 minute के लिए करना. Om Arunachaleshwaraya Namaha.
Om Arunachaleshwaraya Namaha.
Yes,
Yes.
Arunachaleshwaraya.
Om Namaha.
Chaleshwaraya करना.
अच्छा. Om
नहीं तो और एक काम
Arunachaleshwaraya.
करना. Om Arunachalaya Namaha.
Om Arunachalaya Namaha.
Yes, you do
Yes,
this
Guruji.
for 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay. Om Arunachalaya Namaha. 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 Om Namo
Thank
Narayan,
you.
Guruji.
Om Namo Narayana Baba. So I will not miss this opportunity to once again chant the name of Arunachala. Yesterday somebody was asking what is the difference between Arunachala and Arunachaleshwara. Sorry, it was today, not yesterday. So the difference is Arunachala means Aruna Achala, the unmoving, the stable, the Lord who is permanently present forever until the pralayam happens. He is that mountain, the Sthula Swarupam of Arunachala, that is the hill Arunachala. Arunachala Giri, it is also known as. And the Shivalingam inside the temple, many people address as Arunachaleshwara. Arunachala Ishwara, and Ishwara Shiva is mostly found in the form of the Shivalingam. So that is the thing. Arunachala, Arunachaleshwara, but it doesn't matter. He's the same inside and outside. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Aruna, Achaleshwara, Aruna, Achaleshwara, Aruna, Achaleshwara, Shambhu, Shankara, Hara, 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 Mahadeva. Thank you anyway, everyone, for joining us, Baba.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Baba. So, first I'll do one thing. I will speak of Ganesha. Yesterday we did little. I wanted to talk about the trunk of Lord Ganesha, what it means, if it's on the right, if it's on the left. When the trunk of Ganesha is on the left side, mostly you will see him carrying a plate. Sometimes it's not only on the left side, but it's very close. It's like he's grabbing a sweet meat. Now he's grabbing a mithai or a phal from the plate, which the next obvious thing is to have it, is to eat it. Now, this aspect of Ganesha is to do with Riddhi. We all know Ganesha has two spouses, Riddhi and Siddhi. Riddhi is seated on his left side and Siddhi is seated on his right side. Now, Riddhi is to do with wealth, Riddhi is to do with happiness, Riddhi is to do with relatability, relationships, Riddhi is to do with rewards, Riddhi is to do with good remuneration for our efforts, for our if you do Purusharth, we get the earth in return. Now, that's a barter, or today it is dhan, money. That is goddess Riddhi, his spouse Riddhi. And also, if we consider that Siddhi is seated on his right thigh, on his right leg, the trunk of Ganesha that is turned to the right indicates Siddhi is to do with spirituality. Siddhi is to do with attainment. Siddhi is also to do with fulfillment, mostly in terms of the spiritual desires, the spiritual pursuits of life. Siddhidatri. Okay, and we shouldn't confuse this Siddhi with Har Siddhi Mata. She is Parvati. Jo Har Siddhi fulfill, she brings into fruition, fulfillment, completion, attainment of all the siddhis. This is Ganesha's wife, Devi Siddhi. So, and whenever we speak of Siddhi, we speak of lot of efforts. That is the reason it's called tapasya. Tap matlab heat. You do a chant, you call upon any devata continuously, do that namajapam. That is tapasya, and it generates a lot of internal heat. Okay, tapna. And it is focused. And it is not light-hearted. It is of complete involvement. And eventually it will lead to moksha. That is the end thing that we are looking for eventually. So on the right side. So that is the reason people say that in the house it's always good to have a small Ganesha with the trunk on the left side. Much better with the trunk accessing the sweetmeats or the food or the fruits. And in temples, it is good to have a place where you go to meditate, where you go to sit there and get involved with your devata, get that relationship stronger, focus on him. It is good to have a right turning trunk. And also, wherever you see Siddhi Vinayaka, we will find a lot of Siddhi Vinayaka temples. Siddhi Vinayaka is having his trunk turned to the right. I don't know of any temples where Siddhi Vinayaka is turned to the left. If there is, it would be an exception, not the norm. So Siddhivinayak is also the form of Ganapati where his trunk is turned to the right, and with the same thing, like on one side is Riddhi on the left, and on one side is Siddhi. So here it is closer to Siddhi. And when it's closer to Siddhi, it's closer to Vairagya. If it is closer to complete involvement, that is complete focus on one thing, which is most probably a spiritual pursuit or something that will lead to spiritual pursuit. So this is what I wanted to talk yesterday. I think we did speak about other aspects of Ganesha yesterday. This was the only one that was left out to what I had in my mind. And now,
David ji,
yeah,
at home, you said left should be kept.
I'm not saying left should be kept. If you're a sadhaka, for example, now if you're a sadhaka and your goal in life is more of spiritual side than the material side, then you can have a right turned trunk. Now you can have, but otherwise, it is said that a house can't take in, doesn't have what it takes to keep this form of Ganesha because it's very, very intense. It's very, very energetic. इतना तप, जिसमें तप है, ना the ताप है.
One normal family should keep which one at home? For
Mostly
worship.
advised, without fail, people keep mostly the left side turned trunk of Ganesha, the image, that form of Ganesha, that murti of Ganesha.
So if you keep right side, you have to sort of maintain a veg diet and all that.
No, I'm not speaking of the dietary aspects here. For example, Floyd, now you are not yet married.
Yeah.
Me, I've taken sannyas. Okay. And decidedly, I have the spiritual pursuit more than, the worldly pursuit. Okay. Now, you may not have taken sannyas, but still you are on that path. See, you had a good, well-paying job, you quit. You could have been a very good healer, made very good money. You still have diverted yourself to what you call as spiritual pursuits. One of which I see very constantly is called as Brahman. Brahman, you may call it travel or yatra. For us, it is Brahman. That is moving across the surface of the earth to reach from one place to other, to experience the devatas in their various forms, or sometimes to just reach out to our Ishta devatas. So this you do, right? Very constantly. Not many people would do that because their priorities are different. It's not that they will all have a job to do, they will have to go to an office, or they will have a family who will question them, pagal hai kya, itna kaun ghumta hai, all this. They can do it. Nobody is stopping them. But that initiative to take that, that is lacking there. You can always just randomly get on somewhere, right? Go somewhere. And you don't need anybody's permission. The same thing could be applicable to others, but they hinder that possibility. They stop that possibility from happening just because of their hesitation. Just because sometimes they are not very sure of things, or they're worried, or they may not have that much of drive. So this, now I keep, no problem. You keep, there shouldn't be a problem. So this is how it is. But if there are a family, let's say a spouse, one couple, or parents and a child, who are now gradually moving more towards the spiritual aspect of life, even for them it is good, siddhi, because sadhana, siddhi. Now eventually you do sadhana to attain the siddhi. So all the tap you go through is for the tapasya to be fulfilled. So there's nothing wrong there. But at the same time, we should know what our priority is.
And is this applicable for picture or only murtis?
Murti, Floyd, murti. Rupam, form, murti.
Yeah.
Okay. A picture is a reflection of a murti, a person, or imagination, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people keep only a photo, in their puja. Some people keep.
What happens is, that's what people see. The thing is, if you keep a murti, you'll have to do Abhishek, you will have to give the Murti Snan, you will have to apply the Bottu. Bottu means what you call, not the tilak, that vermilion that we apply, na? The kumkum has to be applied, the chandan has to be applied. Now you have to keep a little bit of daily, na? Some naivedyam you have to offer him. So people take it in a little easier way by keeping at the photo, so that they look at him, they have that benefit of looking at the form. Maybe some people want to reduce that effort, want a little reduced effort. Some people may not even know that they can keep this, they can do this, and that's the reason they keep the photo instead of a murti.
Davidji, one question. Some
Yeah.
people chant Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. What is that?
There are, it is with the bija. Om Ganapataye Namaha with the bija. You'll see both. I have seen Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gang Ganapataye, that also is there. But I think that's the right way to talk about it, Ratnam, is when we meet or on the phone in person, because yeah, there will get into the mantra aspect of it, the bija aspect of it, how it's going to affect not only your chanting but also your psyche in the your way of thinking, your way of looking at things over a period of time, and what is the outcome of the chant. So that we can talk.
But both are bijas? Like gum is also a bija?
That's what we can talk, Floyd. We will talk in person. Yeah, Om Gam Ganapate and Om Gang Ganapate. It is considered as bija. I have heard it from both the sides. Whenever I've asked, because Ganapatyam, there is not too much of a following these days in terms of the parampara, the sadhanas. They're very less. But yes, both ways it's done.
And Lakshmi, like, what is the best way to worship Lakshmi? Is there some, like, stotras or namajap or?
Yeah. You can call upon Lakshmi as Mahalakshmi, Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, what do you call, Vara Lakshmi, Saubhagya Lakshmi, Bhagya Lakshmi. No? So you can call upon her in any way.
So what I've heard is like that Ganpati and Lakshmi, these are the hardest deities to please.
Okay. You will see that Vishnu is the most reluctant to offer something. He's the most reluctant. Not that he never does. It's quite a task to please him. After him, it is Lakshmi. After him, it is Lakshmi. Who is the easiest to please? It is one Shiva, then Mata Parvati, then Brahma, then Saraswati. When we say Ishwaratvam, that Ishwariya, there are only three Ishwaras. That is Shiva Parvati, Vishnu Lakshmi, and Brahma Saraswati. These are the Ishwariya. So this is the order. But what happens is, if you look at this order, Lakshmi Mata is difficult to please, then it is Shiva Parvati and Brahma Saraswati, right? And another aspect of Mata Lakshmi is she's also Chanchala. So that aspect is also there. So Ganesha and what you call Mahalakshmi, the relationship between them is that of an aunt and nephew. Niece, nephew and aunt. Paternal aunt, maternal. Yeah, right. Lakshmi is the wife of Vishnu, and Vishnu is the brother of Parvati. So she is an aunt. Like I think last time also I was speaking Mama, uncle, maternal uncle. They are very thin. So Mama is Vishnu and uncle is Vishnu and auntie is Lakshmi. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there are different versions, Some people say Kalyug, you should worship Hanuman. Some people say it is easiest to please certain people.
Kal Bhairava, Shakti Swarupa. It is there, right? It is. There is no doubt. But at the same time, let's say you're a worshipper of Surya. He comes up every day. He's in physical form. You see him every day, right? So they are those from the Saurya Parampara. They see him every day. Just imagine, उनका देवता तो रोज दर्शन देके जाता है सुबह शाम. Unless it's a very clouded day, हर दिन का दर्शन है उनका. So that is also not a problem. Whether it's Ganapatyam or Saurya or Vaishnava or Shakta or Shaiva. We can do anything. We can do any one. What happens is each one has their own inclination towards a deity based on their previous sadhanas or their upasanas or previous lives of bhakti. So for them, that is that inclination.
So it can't be like artificially manufactured.
Why should it be? See, it's not a government where we have to subscribe to a what you call certain law, certain way. No, we can't fool. It's not paperwork. It's Hrudayam. It is your mano. It is your heart. It is your mind. Now, the will of the mind to dedicate and the inclination of your heart. So.
No, that's what what I meant is that bhakti cannot be a path for everyone.
Eventually, it will be. But because of our Purvajanma Samaskarams, both Sanskar and they're different. Sanskar is different from Samskaram. Because of our Purvajanma Samskaram, here we have a different way of living. We have to pay and we have to pay for our papams. We have to relish the goodness of the punyas that we have done as humans. No?
Because I think some of those born in a Western sort of setup, or modern education, I think it is very difficult for them because I meet a lot of those people, the people who I interact with, maybe because of my engineering background or whatever. But those people many times, and they say, "Arey, this bhakti we cannot wrap our head around. We feel good going to a temple, whatever, but it is difficult for them to, catch it, When it is said,
it's okay. That's the reason, Floyd. We request people to do the Nama Japam because you have a lot of Purvajanma Samskaras, Papa Phalam, Dushkarma Phalam, Papa Phalam, all of this. So what happens is when you do a little bit of Nama Japam, why we encourage people to spend half an hour, 1 hour every day, because you have your whole life, 24 hours. So that 1/24 of the time, if you go to Devata, just imagine it's nothing, right? Your whole life. You sleep for 6 to 8 hours. Most of us do. So this is a good way to start. Even if you don't like it, even if you are not up to it, keep doing it. Eventually, you will fall in line. Your spirit will fall in line. Your soul will fall in line. Because that's what we all eventually crave. We all desire. But there is nothing wrong with artha. There is nothing wrong with kama. It is good that you have lead a luxurious life. It is nothing wrong to lead a luxurious life, a life of affluence, a lot of affluence, lot of comfort, luxury. There's nothing wrong with it. When you develop vairagya, you will give up certain things. Okay, so that's a different thing. But there is nothing wrong with it. Anything and kama, anything that is desiring, that is to do with lust. If it is in line with certain aspect, if it is in line with dharma, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. So you relish your life, you enjoy your life, you stick to your field of profession, education, whatever it is, irrespective of your food habits, your drinking habits, whatever it is, until the correction happens by itself, there is no problem. Sometimes maybe it's not in this life. That's another thing. But just because of this, don't quit on your efforts to have some bhakti, have some connection with your Ishta Devata or some Devata. Let's say some people are atheists. At least the least we can do is bhaiya karo, dekho, anubhav karo. Nahi hoga. It is just an hour of your life, 20 minutes of your life on a daily basis.
Yeah, but those people will go more for, like this Vipassana or something.
No problem. Do whatever you want to do. The only thing, like, I try not to argue much, but when people speak of shunya and meditation, because today when we say meditate, it is no more meditating on something, now focusing on something. It's about emptying your mind. And I personally believe, because of my belief, I sometimes tend to argue there is no such thing as shunya. You can believe that you have reached that Akasha Tattvam of Shiva, where he is Akasham himself. Everything is contained within him, but you can't say he doesn't exist there. There is nobody. ऐसा तो नहीं है. शिव तो हर जगह पे है. सब कुछ है. Alex, I hope these things make sense, because sometimes when we speak, we don't know, when we shift into Hindi or Kannada or English.
Yeah, it's fine, no problem.
So I think in the Western world, they have made another kind of arrangement where they will meditate, they will do Vipassana, breathing, yoga, whatever. But evening, usually, like Kirtan is kept, which I think is a sort of, I don't know, but it's a good thing, but it's also like a sort of substitute for entertainment, in the retreat.
So that's what I'm saying. Even if it's a substitute for entertainment, great.
Yeah.
Go
so
for it. Yeah.
So slowly, I think people are developing that even in the Western world, maybe more than India. Because in India, no one will treat Kirtan as entertainment, but at least they do it very intensely. And I think Alex knows it. Alex has gone to all these gatherings. So even the older churches and big venues are, entirely full. And people are singing Kirtan and that kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying, Lloyd. Music, singing, dance is such a gift of Ganesha that we can't just imagine. I mean, it is, and there's nothing wrong in enjoying music, whether it's Venga Boys, whether it's Jennifer Lopez, whether it's Michael Jackson, whether it's the blues, or the jazz. There's nothing wrong with it. Or for some others, it may be tabla. For some others, it may be something. There is a divine aspect to music. Only thing is, we should not twist it out of tune. Now, we should not really go anti-divinity sort of a thing. That's what I believe. But I mean, it is a great medium to connect with the divine. Music, songs, poetry.
Yes, David. Thank you so much.
Thanks everybody, Baba, for joining us. आज तो 1 घंटा हो गया. Thank you, Floyd, for the efforts you put in. Alex, for your consistently joining us, and I can actually feel the use of your abdomen when you chant. Now you chant it from your inner self, which is a great thing. Thank you, Uma. There are 3 doctors in a line here: Hanumant, Samida, Rajshri. Very good. She's a sadhak also, and she has her inclination towards divinity. Ratnam, thank you for the videos you have sent me. God bless you, Baba. And of course, that's coffee when we meet next. And thank you, Sonai. Namo Narayana. All of you. Om Namo Narayana.
Namo Narayana.